James chapter 1, verse 12 through the end of the chapter. James chapter 1, verse 12 through the end of the chapter. God is no respecter of persons. He doesn't test us. He doesn't tempt us. Jesus went into the wilderness to be tempted by who? What, is God and the devil buddies now? God doesn't tempt us. James chapter 1, verse 12 through the end of the chapter. And in the Old Testament, it's idiom of permission. God allowed them to be tested, allowed them to be tempted because of James chapter 1, verse 12 through the end of the chapter. It's not God producing it. It's explained by James chapter 1, that which is written in the Old Testament that sounds like God's responsible. Was God responsible for Jesus as being tempted in the wilderness? He was tempted by who? Tested by who? And God sent angels to minister to him? Oh, God's going to test him and then send angels? No. Testing and tempting is not of God, but of life, the world, the enemy. James chapter 1, verse 12 through the end of the chapter explains that. Don't attribute folly to God again. Okay, attributing folly to God is attributing the things of man to God and calling them gods. Okay. We get drawn away by our own lust. James chapter 1, verse 12 through the end of the chapter. Okay. That's it. Jesus was tempted by who in the wilderness? James chapter 1, verse 12 through the end of the chapter.